سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهد يا صاحي كي تستريح وغص الدعاء الخفي
मोहम्मद शेख दानियल, सबसे पहले आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि आपने हमें अपना कीमती वक्त दिया और हमारे सवालों का जवाब देने के लिए आप यहाँ हाज़िर हैं। सर, सबसे पहले आप अपना थोड़ा सा तारुफ हमारी ऑडियंस को कराएं।
जी, मेरा नाम हालार मंजूर वसान है। बाय प्रोफेशन बैरिस्टर हूँ एंड सोशल एक्टिविस्ट हूँ।
ओके सर। सर, आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का गोल क्या है?
हम जो काम करते हैं यहाँ पे टू एलिमिनेट पॉवर्टी, और जितना हद तक हो सकता है हम हेल्प करते हैं। आपने रिसेंटली देखा होगा फ्लड्स भी आए थे, कोविड-19 का भी टाइम था, तो आई वाज विथ माय पीपल। हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी है कोट-डी-जी, जहाँ से हमारा पॉलिटिकल बैकग्राउंड भी लाया करता है, इलेक्शंस भी हमारी फैमिली में कंटेस्ट करते हैं, तो वहाँ के जो लोग होते हैं उनको डिफ़िकल्ट टाइम्स में हेल्प आउट करना, और यहाँ पे जो कराची कोई हमारा नाम सुन के आता है तो उनके जो भी इश्यूज़ हैं वो एड्रेस करना, रिज़ॉल्व करना।
ओके सर। सर, व्हाट इज़ योर थॉट्स ऑन द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ हॉनेस्टी एंड इंटीग्रिटी इन द बिजनेस?
I think it is very important. If you see honesty and integrity, we studied in Barit Law too. That's the important element in order for everyone to depict their personality. So if you are not honest and people can't rely on you, then you will be considered as dishonest. And it is very important if you're doing business, especially. You have to be honest so that your credibility can go up.
Okay, sir. How do you ensure that your business activities are halal and comply with Islamic principles?
See, I would say it depends on person to person, but I would feel if I want my business to be in halal manner, so I will conduct my activities, day-to-day activities, in a possible best manner, so that I can provide all the basic necessities to the poor people on the proper rate, which is enlisted by the district administration.
Okay, sir. Jazakallah.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, my first question to you: how do you ensure that your employees are trusted with respect and dignity, and their rights are protected in the workplace?
See, I've been to UK and I've studied employment law in depth, and I consider taking care of your employees in the best possible manner, and refusing to obey in a way that they want something and which are not able to provide it. So this would cause unfair dismissal and all the possible consequences and repercussions that one can face at a time. So I believe taking care of your employees and providing the best equipment and necessary at the reasonable amount would be considered best employer in this current practice.
Sir, my next question to you: how do you ensure that your services are halal according to the Islamic principle?
See, in order to consider my activities halal, firstly, a businessman should know what are the Islamic principles that one has to follow. And I do believe running business in a best possible halal manner would also increase your profits in the longer run, but it will also increase your credibility upon the investors and the marketers, those who want to purchase from your outlet.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How can a business determine fair pricing for its product and services, and what measures can be taken to ensure price practice are reasonable?
I think it matters on the demand and supply. So if you have to determine the price of a product, you would want to know how much is demand of that product and how quantity in what supply can you sell the product in that measurement. And by means of that, I still believe it is always the responsibility of the administration, especially the pricing and support control of the government, that determines the price, in which price I would be able to buy a product, and certain price the seller would be able to sell that product.
How do you create a workplace culture that values and respects all employees and avoids discrimination and harassment?
There are serious consequences and repercussions for the harassment and discrimination too that lies in our constitution as well. And I believe if one has to top up the business line, it would not have to be discriminated in any other way, because there are cases that damages the reputation of an employer. So in order to run business successful manner, I would urge every businessman not to be discriminatory in choosing an employee, and behave appropriate manner that can help you succeed your business.
How do you avoid interest-based transactions in your business operations?
That's a very tricky question. I think it depends on person to person also. But in business communities, people always increase the markup interest rate, which can cause a certain damage and reputation to a business from point to point. But I still believe if we are dealing with Islamic principles, we should not be indulging in this type of activities that can harm and damage our reputation.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Right,
How do you see the role of Islamic principle in guiding business practices and decision making?
See, I think it is very important and pertinent to mention here. If someone has read the Quran, it says all the Islamic activities which are prohibited in a way that should not be considered in a professional way. And I still believe people who run their business not according to the Islamic principles, that can cause serious repercussions for them in here and also in the hereafter life. So I still believe in order to run according to the principles set out by the Islamic jurisprudence, I want to add here that information that it is always important for a businessman and especially for an employer, once who conducting business in that manner should adhere to the Islamic principles.
And how do you calculate and pay zakat on your wealth and profits? And what step do you take to ensure that your zakat payments are in line with Islamic principles?
Islamic says 2.5% zakat has to be given according to your wealth and property. I believe one who is not paying it, probably the State Bank of Pakistan has directed all the businesses to take that amount from their accounts. But still, if they do not want, it's their personal preference. But they can help out their neighbors and all the poor people who are needy. Especially here in Pakistan, we have usually seen that people want to help those other people in Ramzan. It's not necessary; it has to be 2% per your property every year. And I still believe there are so generous people out here who want to really pay more than their zakat is due. So we have to encourage that.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Hope you're doing well.
Alhamdulillah. Sir, basically, I have two questions to ask from you. So, my first question is that what step do you plan to take in the future to further align your business practices with Islamic principles?
See, there need to be more training sessions on that. If you want your businesses and especially your employees to align with what is, we can say it's in the Islamic principles, we have to follow that. And currently, what we are doing is that we are always encouraging other investors and all the businesses that are in line with us to pay the necessary zakat that is due on us. But in some circumstances, if it is not possible, we always encourage others to come forward and pay the zakat. That is like basically helping the poor and needy people.
So, my second question is that how do you visualize your business contributing to the betterment of the community and society as a whole?
I think it is very important element for my business not to earn just a profit, but to create a positive impact for the society and community too. We have seen so many events that are occurring currently in Karachi that always promote CSR in order to encourage all the businesses not to just turn up on their profits, but to help the community and society that needs us in difficult time. And always we have to take consider of the pollution that our business is causing and the unemployment opportunities that has to be rebuilt by the businesses that is currently earning on profit. So basically we have to see our businesses not just for the profits, just for the encouragement and building up the society and community as a whole.
Thank you, sir, for your cooperation and allowed us to conduct your interview.
Many thanks.